How are we doing, everybody? We're back.
People of Earth, we have rejoined the living and the dead. And we are back for another live, incredibly fun-filled episode of Film Banter. Not to be confused with Movie Banter, a kind of a substandard movie show that comes out of where, Spain and something?
I don't know. I think it's Spain.
No, where they come out of,
they're
those
on
guys.
YouTube. Yeah,
they got a lot of balls. They got a lot of balls, those guys.
We were first, man.
Who needs
first.
That? I know.
Thanks for bringing that in, by the way. That really added a lot to the show.
It does add a lot to the... You think so?
Not really.
You don't think so?
Not really.
Well, you bastard.
It's okay.
Well, all right.
Sometimes I like it.
Sometimes you don't.
But we welcome you guys to...
you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Sometimes you don't. Well, anyway,
we're
here.
Welcome you to the newest episode
We have arrived. We're celebrating the career, the lifelong span
Mr. Who?
of Mr. Cruising Thomas. He's a cruising for, a bruising.
In honor of Mission Impossible Fallout, the big movie that we will be discussing this night.
This
evening, tonight.
Well, he did, they shot up, I believe they were supposed to come in at 60, no, they did come in at 61 mil. They were thinking around 51, it ended up around 61 mil. By the way, big news here on the forefront of box office. Today, The Incredibles 2 hit $1 billion worldwide.
Doesn't surprise me one bit.
Amazing but true, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, it was a huge hit. It was a good movie.
It's garbage, it's
trash. So maybe in
trash.
another 10 years we'll get part 3.
It's just a light show for prepubescents as far as I'm concerned. It's just a little bit of a cartoony kind of thing, but then again, so are Chris and I.
Yeah.
We're just cartoony
We're cartoon characters in some ways.
So it's true. So
do you like my new shoes? They're pretty good, right?
I think they look very standard and
they're very comfortable.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, I'm gonna plug Skechers. These are really good.
I stopped wearing shoes. See, I only wear shoes now.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That's really great. I appreciate you taking your shoe off.
No, take a whiff.
No,
go ahead.
I'm afraid.
No, try it. No, I'm telling you.
Oh, it's actually kind of.
There's nothing to smell.
No, there's a little odor.
Oh, there's no odor at all.
There is odor.
No, I've got.
No, there is.
I only have 62 pairs
only
of shoes.
Only 62 pairs of shoes.
So they really don't have time to get smelly.
Yeah, you are the Imelda Marcos of Muncie, New York.
I am indeed the Imelda Marcos of sunglasses.
You have the hair to match too.
No, I don't.
She had a Buffon kind of a thing going on. No, but the Buffon-esque nature of it reminds me of her.
Okay.
But we get
it's funny. Your head is right
by his crotch. I noticed that too.
There, so it looks like you're.
Yeah, I planned it that way.
Looks like you're about to. You and Tom are just going to go for it here. And you're going to go to Connecticut. You're going to pick out the furniture and go antiquing together.
Why Connecticut though? There are a lot of antique stores there.
They have lots of antiques there, and I think you'd be happy there doing some antiques with Tom. And look, Tom, he's got his phone up there. I think he's all ready to have some fun. Yeah, I think you'd like that.
Do you like my Tom Cruise shirt that I'm wearing tonight?
Oh no, I didn't even notice.
I'm wearing my Tom Cruise cult leader t-shirt.
Cult leader t-shirt.
Yeah.
Well, he is a cult leader.
You know, I love Tom Cruise, but I do like to make fun of the fact that he's a leader of the Scientology
church.
Well,
he is a Scientologist. We don't hear too much about that in his life these days.
I think he probably deliberately keeps it on the down low ever since he was jumping up on that couch in 2005.
That could be.
I think he's got a low profile in that area. Which is whatever, just make good movies. That's all I care about.
Siri also. With
she's doing really well, helping everybody out on their phones these days.
Oh, is she?
She's doing a great job with that.
Who?
His daughter. Siri, Apple.
Hey.
I'm sure she hears that joke every day.
Yeah, well, you think so?
But let's start with a little quick news.
We can start with
news?
The real news in the world, of course, is the world of MoviePass.
Yeah, the sinking ship that is MoviePass.
Well, MoviePass, for those of you who do not know what it is,
you've been under a rock
it is
somewhere.
a wonderful little feature-esque credit card that you get from this particular company.
Yes.
They've had a deal with movie theaters. Well, not necessarily a deal with movie theaters.
They only have a deal with a couple theaters, a couple chains.
You pay $10 a month, which is fantastic. $9.98 a month you pay. And you can now go to a film every single day.
Standard viewing, no 3D, no IMAX, none of that stuff.
Now, they did recently just you can't go to the same film twice.
They changed that,
But you can, in fact, go to a film every single day at a movie theater.
Yeah.
And let's face it, obviously not everybody's going to do that. But at the same time, so MoviePass is very slowly, they've been screaming, they've been in the deep waters, they're drowning, that hand is going up for the first, second, or third time. Thanks for the wide shot there.
Yes.
I like that. When you had the close-up, you couldn't see my fist in the air. Give me a close-up one more time. Can you do that? Hello, operator.
You can kind of see it. You can do
there
this.
we go. Okay, there we go. No, it's better up here. Okay, wide shot. One shot. There we go.
There's
our one shot. So it looks like I'm going to give Tom a little fisting.
Yeah.
No.
You ready to fist a rhinoceros?
But let's be honest. The movie pass world has been crumbling before our eyes.
Because their business model is not sustainable. They can't afford it. They're taking out $5 million loans just to cover all this stuff. Thursday night with Mission Impossible coming out, they couldn't honor all the tickets, so nobody could go see it.
I know.
That's a really great way to piss off.
The first people who got there obviously were able
to
see it.
Well, maybe the first couple screenings, but all weekend it was banned. They couldn't see it. I looked at my movie pass today. Yeah. That was a premium screening that's not available.
Absolutely.
So I had to pay today to go see a movie. What's the world coming to?
Well, you only had to pay a few bucks because it was Tuesday.
Well, it was a matinee, $5. No big deal.
$5.
But so, still, you know, when you go and you're expecting to not have to pay, now you got to pay.
We hope you didn't eat a lot of popcorn today, did you?
I ate nothing. I brought my own snack, actually.
You know, it's just as well. What was your snack?
I brought Wheat Thins.
Wheat Thins?
I like Wheat Thins.
God.
They're good.
Wheat Thins.
The original Wheat Thins.
You know what? I like those Triscuits myself.
I like Triscuits too. I have a box of those at home, too.
You know what I also love are Ritz crackers.
I love Ritz crackers.
I'm a big Ritz cracker
I like saltines, too.
But Ritz crackers, I think, are a little fattening. But at night when I have a beer,
buttery.
I do have a beer every night or so.
You do?
I do now. I never used to.
What are you drinking these days?
I'm drinking Labatt's Blue.
Ooh, Labatt's.
Pilsner. I'm a Pilsner fan.
You are.
I've never been a lager guy.
Okay.
But I do like the Pilsners.
All right.
Although I do have the draft. They have a new Guinness out right now.
I love Guinness.
Well, the Guinness that they now have out has a little bit of mocha in it.
Ooh.
It has like a syrupy.
I think I saw that in the store. Yeah.
But it's just a little bit more flavorful than the average Guinness, which, you know, you drink literally a spoonful of Guinness and you're not hungry for the next week.
Full, yeah.
You know, the stuff is
I recently bought like a 4-pack of the cans.
Those big,
it was so good.
Cans.
And I love you pop it. It's got that ball in it, like the spray paint.
Yeah, right.
It's really good.
It is good. Yeah. It is good. That's pretty cool.
But anyway, yeah, we're off topic here. But yeah,
we should get off into
unfortunately. So now they're having more financial problems, and they're sending out. The president is sending. The president of Movie Pass is sending out statements to all the people.
Sending in the troops.
Articles are being written about them and how they're basically sinking. And you know, now all the theaters now are coming up with a competing plan. AMC has their own A-list. Regal, I think, is coming out with something.
Are they?
I think so. They're all going to have to.
So.
If now the Movie Pass is out into the world,
I know.
they're all going to have to
Well,
compete.
you know, thank God for Movie Pass because they did introduce, it's the Netflix syndrome.
Yeah.
You're paying a given fee every month for a certain amount of films, and I think Movie Pass is, their heart was in the right place.
Yeah, I agree.
I think they really thought that not many people were going to use it.
Yeah, I don't know
to
what
the
they're
extent,
thinking.
But suddenly it's like giving a free pass to go to the movies.
It's true.
For 1 month. You can go 30 times.
And if you're somebody that goes often like we do, it's a no-brainer. $10.
Right.
So it's great.
And if you live in an area like, say, New York City or whatever, and you've got, just movies all over the place.
I know, it's amazing.
It's really amazing. And
it's great.
It's a wonderful, it's an app, it's a credit card. It looks like
both. You check in right as soon as you get to the theater, with like in the parking lot.
Precisely.
You have to be within a certain mile radius of the theater.
It's a MasterCard. It looks like a MasterCard.
Yeah.
And it's got a chip on it, and you swipe it at the kiosk, and you walk in, and that's it, folks.
Maybe I'll show mine to the audience, but I'll cover the
we're
number
wasting
itself.
so much time. We have so much Tom Cruise to get to today.
Well, let's do it.
Look, Tom's on the phone. He's
but
like
if anybody's interested in what it looks like, this is what a Movie Pass looks like. It's a little credit card.
Tom,
just
I'm
like
talking
that.
to you, man. Are you talking to me on the phone? Tom,
no.
Tom, what are you doing, man? Tom, what are you doing there? Okay. Tom says.
Did he say anything? Did he say, let's start the show?
He says, yeah, he's ready. He's ready. Okay, so let's go for
Thanks
it.
for that.
Yeah.
So, guys, we're going to jump right into
We're going to jump right into. Wait, didn't we have more news to say?
No.
That was it?
We vetoed the other part of news. We're going to wait till another time.
What was the other news?
We were going to discuss James Gunn.
Oh,
we'll
James
discuss
Gunn.
him, and probably next week we'll talk about him.
Well, we'd love to talk about James Gunn. He was, of course, fired due to sexual harassment bullshit.
Not really, no. They got somebody unearthed a bunch of tweets from like 11, 12 years ago.
Exactly. From
that
2012.
Had some dark humor in it that Disney thought was inappropriate.
All right.
And some right-wing conspiracy radio host or something found all this stuff.
Well, he said something to the effect of, it's good to be raped because then when you're not being raped, it feels good.
Something
it feels
like
good
that.
when you're not being raped after being raped.
Jokes,
he did. He made some off-color jokes, and unfortunately,
you're crucifying him for something he said 10, 12 years ago, or whatever.
It's kind of ridiculous. So the entire cast, and I said this to Mr. Picard here.
Yes.
This man sitting right here.
Yes.
He's wearing a shirt here. You can see him right there.
I'm alive.
I said to you, these movies are going to be different now. We need James Gunn in those films.
I know.
We need him to be directing.
Unless they find a director with similar sensibilities.
His essence is really
the only other guy that I can think of that could probably do a comparable job.
JJ?
No, I was going to say the guy that just did Thor Ragnarok, Tiki, whatever his name is.
Well, he's dynamite.
He's an Australian and New Zealand filmmaker.
Right,
he's a character in himself.
He is a
character.
character.
He does a lot of acting and voice work.
He's wonderful.
I think he would be probably the next best choice.
He would be the next best choice.
And I wouldn't be surprised if he's the one that they're going to be talking to.
Well, I'll bet
if they don't bring back James Gunn.
Yeah, but they're already in mid-working progress in Guardians 3.
They haven't started filming.
All he did was, but they're still in the script.
Well, no, he finished the script.
Oh, he did?
It's done. He turned it in.
Oh, thank God.
All they're doing now is pre-production.
Oh, okay.
So they're supposed to start filming early next year.
All right, cool.
So I wouldn't be surprised if Disney backpedals and brings them back because of the heat they're getting.
Okay.
But, Disney has no balls at all, so we'll see what they do.
Well, they're just a little Tinkerbell
I know.
world. So.
But anyway, so let's really move on to the first review.
Mission Impossible
Fallout, the sixth film in the Mission Impossible franchise.
All right.
I would arguably say that they have been progressively getting better, the films. I don't know if
I don't know if that's quite the case. I think the last one and the third.
Well, no, those two are really when they really started getting better. Yeah.
But the stunts have been getting better. Tom has been focusing more on the stunt work.
The stunts have become the big spectacle of these movies. How are we going to top the last one?
Exactly.
And this film has some great stunts. He does this crazy jump out of an airplane, which I heard took like 100 takes. And he did
106 jumps.
Yeah, jumps to get that right. There's a lot of shots they have to get.
And that was totally a CGI shot, Tom. Give us a damn break.
No, I don't think so. I think
it wasn't. It wasn't a CGI shot.
But you're saying they could have.
Yeah, it could have been. That's the easiest CGI shot.
But he's not the kind of guy that's going to do that.
I do like the way his face went.
I know.
He's
got the cool set piece in the helicopter.
I know.
He's climbing a mountain again like he did in part 2.
Was he climbing an actual mountain?
Yeah, because he did that in part 2. So
we know he did that in part 2.
But that's nothing this time.
I don't think so because we see that stupid scene with the hook hitting Henry in the face.
Well, let's not ruin the movie.
They're doing to ruin the movie now.
But I gotta say that
good, dude.
I liked this film quite a bit.
Did you?
I don't know if it was better than the last two, but I thought it was on par. I thought there he is, Henry Cavill. I thought he was spectacular.
Now say something.
Something.
Something in the way you move strikes me like no other cruiseman.
There you go.
I thought that the aspect of his character was very interesting. I thought that was really cool.
I thought so too. Who, you mean Henry Cavill?
Yeah, I thought he was great. I thought he was almost. I didn't think he stole the movie, but I thought he was excellent.
Okay.
I really enjoyed his character.
All right.
He's the heavy. He's this guy that's with them, but is he really with them?
He's getting a lot of incredible press for one little move that he did. You didn't even notice it.
Is it this thing he does with the fist?
Well, he did this.
When he's doing this, getting ready to cock his fist?
He went like this. He went.
It's a cool thing he does,
And he was on Good Morning America.
That.
I happened to turn it on.
It's in that scene.
Yeah. It's in that very scene.
Yeah.
It took him, by the way, it took him 4 weeks to shoot this bathroom scene.
An incredible fight scene. I wouldn't be surprised.
It's only a 2-minute, 3-minute scene tops.
It's a little longer than that.
Only because of the interrogation part.
Yeah.
But when they actually get to the fight scene itself, where everyone's going, flying through walls and things like that, it was literally maybe a 2 minutes of so forth and so on. But Henry does this little thing, and he just he goes like.
He takes off his jacket and he gets ready.
Yeah, and he like revs up his hands, and he taught the entire audience on Good Morning America how to do that.
It's almost like a throwback to like the 1920s. Put up your fist.
Yeah, it was like a.
I'll get you. Like
it was
Popeye,
like a,
you know?
It was like
that
a
kind of thing.
down and up thing.
But Conan O'Brien makes fun of that all the time.
Yeah, there
Put
you
your
go.
fist, you know.
Okay.
But I thought that was a great scene.
I thought
great
it was,
motorcycle chase.
Yeah, and that was Tom on the bike.
That probably took 6 weeks. You know?
I wonder. I know they didn't choreograph the cars around Tom. They probably just had Tom do the actual ride. He probably did the ride down the streets, and then they put the cars in.
And then they did a stuntman maybe to do some of those scenes. I don't think those cars were CGI though. Are you saying?
No, they weren't CGI.
But you're saying they brought in a stunt guy maybe?
No, they were added in after.
Oh, I see what you're saying. They shot the cars and then they put the two films together.
Exactly.
That's definitely possible.
Yeah, absolutely. They do it. I mean,
it's probably.
I was so shocked when I saw the behind-the-scene footage of Fast and Furious. Like they're never even in a car practically.
I know it's all in a
green screen, blue screen, whatever. There's just Vin Diesel sitting there going,
Christopher McQuarrie.
You're turning the wheel. Okay, Vin, turn to the right now, turn to the left. Okay, now throw the finger at The Rock, who you hate in real life, and that was it. Now The Rock is doing a spin-off of the
him and Statham's character.
Yeah. Should be cool.
Yeah, McQuarrie, who wrote this film and also directed it, he's the only director to do 2 Mission Impossible films. McQuarrie, Christopher McQuarrie.
He's McHugh.
No, it's McQuarrie. Christopher McQuarrie is his name.
I thought he's McHugh.
No, that's what they refer to him as on set.
Isn't he the guy who did Charlie Angel?
That's McG.
Oh.
There's two different people.
Don't yell at me.
He's McCord.
When you yell at me, I get very upset.
Okay. He's also the guy that wrote The Usual Suspects. That was his big break.
Okay, very cool. Very cool. Wow, that is a big break.
But yeah, he's the only director to do 2 films of the Mission Impossible series. He did the last one in this.
How exciting.
He did, I think, only one of the Jack Reachers. I don't think he did 2.
Okay.
But I thought this film was very well directed. It was very well done.
No, it was a well done film.
A little long, 2.5 hours.
It was
almost.
2.5. I gotta say, But
I thought it still moved. I wasn't bored.
You did. You liked it.
Yeah, I like that.
Jazz hands. Jazz hands.
Jazz hands.
Yeah, jazz hands.
There he is running across buildings.
I know. That's when he makes the jump.
And he broke his ankle.
Breaks his ankle on screen.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I got to say something though. I kind of feel. I said this about The Equalizer the other day. These action films, it's the roller coaster ride you're on while you watch the film. You get out of the film, and I just kind of felt like
Do you remember it? Yeah.
I was seeing all these feelings that you feel. Oh, will he make it? Oh, will he jump? Oh, he's going to do this stunt. Oh, that's Tom doing his own stunts. It kind of brings you out of the film because you're so aware of Tom and the beauty of him trying to entertain us.
Yeah.
Whenever he's on a show, they always say to Tom, why do you do it? Why do you risk your life? Why do you go up 5 miles in the air just to jump out of a plane? And then he'll just say, well, I do it for them. I do it for them.
Which I appreciate.
But I don't think so. I think he does it for him.
Well, because he's a thrill seeker.
He likes to push that. The best thing for me was 2 missions ago when he was running up the buildings in Japan.
No, in Qatar. In
Qatar.
Qatar or United Arab Emirates.
That was mind-blowing to me.
That was amazing. That was probably my favorite out of all the stunts they've done.
Everything. That was just... And
amazing.
To know that was really Tom bouncing around on those buildings.
And the last one was good too when he jumped on the side of the airplane when it took off. He really did that.
That was good, yeah.
And that's the thing. That
he hung on to the side.
As it took off, though. Yeah.
No, that was cool.
But it's funny. This is what you touched on last week and just now is that I don't really remember per se what happened in all the Mission Impossibles.
Yeah.
But I remember the stunts. Oh, part 4 was the one with the Qatar building. Part 5 was the last one with the airplane stunt.
All right, cool.
Part 2 was when he was climbing the mountain.
This was number 5.
This was 6.
Oh, this is
the 6th.
Ah, very good.
Yeah. And so that's what we remember now are the stunts.
Okay.
And so what are they going to do to top it next?
I know. But we'll see. They're going to have to sit down and start writing
jump on the side of a space shuttle.
I would imagine during the writing of this film, they're already thinking parallel universe for Mission Impossible 7.
Because they're going to do 7.
So we like this film. No question about it. It is entertaining.
A lot of fun.
Tom is always good. You got to admit. I mean, his acting is.
He's top notch. He's professional.
Is he ever going to win an Oscar? Maybe. He might.
I think he will. Maybe when he transitions into an older character actor, maybe in 10 years.
Yeah, when he becomes Paul Newman or something.
Exactly.
And
you know what's
the
thing I've noticed about him, not to cut you off, is that he's just become very reliable. You're going to get this professional guy who's going to push himself. He's going to up the ante with all the stunts. Yeah. He's driven. He's ambitious. He's obsessed with all these stunts.
Right.
And you're going to get some exciting action sequences. And he's a very good actor.
He is a good actor.
I've always enjoyed Tom Cruise.
I totally agree. Well, we're going to go through his career right now.
That's why we're going to cover this guy's career.
We are going to discuss what a great actor he truly is.
He's a great actor, and I don't think he gets the credit, especially early on.
He really doesn't. He really doesn't get the credit. And let's be honest.
And the Scientology thing hurts him a little bit. I think that's why it's kind of been on the down low.
This is not his entire itinerary.
No,
his entire
we're doing
filmography, if
from
you
the
will.
beginning to present.
Yes, precisely.
This is merely. This is Tom's. These are some of the highlights.
The highlights. This is a highlight
These
reel.
are some of the breakthrough films.
Yes.
If you would.
Where he pushes the limits.
He pushes the limits, and these are the breakthrough.
Yes,
Breakthrough.
I would say so.
These are the breakthrough films.
A lot of them are.
Right. Exactly. And they are, indeed.
So before we move on, we're just going to both say we both recommend Mission Impossible.
We do, indeed.
Recommend it. It's a lot of fun.
Let's talk about the other Mission Impossibles. They started out very early. We had the Brian De Palma one,
96.
number 1, which was okay.
Yeah, it was okay.
Good. Typical Brian De Palma, a lot of slow motion nonsense in it.
It had some fun moments, but it definitely was not the best one.
But then it progressed to the second.
There's Tom from last one. That was from the Rogue Nation, the last film, where he jumps on the side of the airplane. I gotta say,
I really do like Michelle Monaghan in these films.
She's great. She plays his wife.
She's very. There's a comfort level there. She's like a baked potato that shows up in the movie she's that comfort food that's there.
She's great.
And just to supply us with the face of someone that we've known before. And I'm very much happy that Simon Pegg is now taken over.
I love that he's there. I love that Ving Rhames is back.
I know.
I love Rebecca Ferguson is back. Although I don't even remember her in the last one.
Gotta tell you though,
but she's there.
It's very difficult to look at.
Well, he's put on a little weight.
No,
and
that's
he's
not
gotten
what
older.
I'm about to say. It's the scene in Pulp Fiction.
I know.
You know.
So ever since Pulp Fiction, you can't look at him the same?
I really can't, you know. And in fact, Bruce Willis was just roasted the other night.
Was Ving there?
No, he was not there. But
there he is. There's Ving.
Somebody was talking about how, you know, thank God that you saved poor Ving Rhames from being, you know, raped.
Yes.
He was butt raped. He was about to be butt raped.
No, he did get raped.
Oh, did he get raped?
Yes.
I think he did. Oh my God. But anyway, and Bruce saves him.
Yes.
And goes in with a shotgun.
Spoiler
blows
alert,
everybody
guys!
away.
We haven't seen it yet.
Well, don't worry about it. You're not missing the crux of the film.
Yes.
Anyway, you know, it's kind of he's gone into that Ned Beatty world.
I know, in a way.
You know, where squeal like
not
a
as
pig,
bad though.
squeal like a pig. Well, you know,
because Ned Beatty was more graphic.
I understand that.
Quentin was smart enough to pull back a little bit.
Yeah.
He didn't get right in on the ass cheek getting plunged.
Well,
you know,
it was pretty. You saw those cheeks.
I remember seeing the cheeks.
Oh, you saw
I just saw the
cheeks.
orange shirt hanging over.
No, you saw the cheeks. You saw
I
the
don't need
cheeks.
to see those cheeks.
No, you don't need to see that. You know, that's maybe when you're in prison someday.
Yeah,
you might be.
I'm
you
not
never
planning
know.
on going to prison anytime
Well, you got
soon.
the orange suit on here, but you know, maybe
This is
someday.
red.
Oh, is it red?
Yeah, they wear orange in prison.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
anyway, we really got to
red
move
is
on.
the new black.
But yeah, all the films are fun. It's a great franchise. It's a surprise franchise. I didn't expect it to be going this far. There's Mission Impossible 2. Directed by John Woo.
Let us move on now to Risky Business.
Yeah, let's jump to Risky Business.
We spent
That's
about
fine.
20 minutes on.
A little less, 15 minutes. No, we spent probably 6 minutes on the news. Doesn't matter.
Well, what time did we start tonight? Quarter up?
Little almost, yeah.
I think about quarter up. Yeah. So okay.
So
there we have Risky Business.
Was arguably his first breakthrough.
First breakthrough film. He did have a great little movie called All the Right Moves.
That was before this.
Which I liked that
Taps was his first movie.
Taps was his first movie. Him and Sean Penn.
Yes.
Together doing. Who directed that film?
Taps.
That was somebody famous. That was a big director.
I'll look it up. Yeah.
Not
Michael Ritchie, was it?
No, don't look it up.
I'd like to look it up. I'd like to know.
Please do.
I'm looking it up. No, talk about Risky Business.
All right, so Risky Business. I do love it because Rebecca De Mornay is in this film. He basically, the folks are away, and while they're away, he kind of runs a bit of a of a prostitution ring out of his home.
Harold Becker directed that film.
Oh, there you go.
Yes.
I like that film. I like All the Right Moves.
No, I'm talking about Taps. He directed Taps.
I'm sorry. But I do like All the Right Moves.
I haven't seen Taps, and I haven't seen All the Right Moves.
Oh,
I'm going to watch
All the Right Moves is great.
Yeah, I got to watch that.
You know, it's funny how Tom has aged over the years, and you know,
he's aged pretty well, I would say.
He's aged very, very well.
Because he's in his 50s now.
I understand that.
52
he's like
or 3?
No, I think he's like 54, as a matter of fact.
Is he 54?
But you know, it's funny. I just watched him last night in Minority Report, and that's in 2002. That film.
Correct.
And in that movie, you know,
Holy cow, he's 56.
Oh, is he?
I didn't realize he's 56.
Oh, my God, those extra 2 years, they mean so much.
No, but I thought he was more earlier 50s.
I know,
He's closer to 60 now.
I know, he's getting up
there.
Closer to your age. I know, yeah. Well, I'm 73, so.
Yeah.
But anyway, regardless of all that, you know, this is a great little movie. If you haven't seen this film, it does have that great, you know, put your old-fashioned
Bob Seger.
Bob Seger
It's a great classic scene.
Great little move as he slides across the floor and he goes into, you know, karaoke.
I was going to use that photo, but I figured everybody would expect that photo, so I like this one instead.
True. No, that's a good photo.
It's that's a fun scene when he's talking to the dean of Princeton.
Yeah.
He's like, sometimes you just got to say.
Sometimes you just got to say fuck it.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's a lot of fun. We have Joe Pantoliano playing a sleazy pimp.
True. You know, I got to say, though, I have to hand it to the directors involved with Tom's career.
His managers and stuff?
Well, no, not just his managers, his agents, but I mean the directors that chose him out of
you're saying literally the directors that cast him. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. I mean, here at a very early age, he became a big star.
He did.
You know, and he's maintained that throughout. He really does love to make movies.
He's one of the few, sorry to cut you up, one of the few remaining big A-listers from, let's say, the 80s, 90s, that has not had a film premiere on video or on demand. He still gets into the theaters.
Oh, I don't know about that.
A lot.
No, what about that movie he made with Meryl Streep?
Robert Redford, Lions for Lambs? That was in the theater.
Was it?
That still went to the theaters.
Wow.
Believe me, I thought about that. He has not had a film that premiered just on video.
Yeah, okay.
Everything is still made to the theater, even if it's only been for a couple weeks.
Okay.
He's still a big draw.
He is a big draw, no question about it. And he's a great humanitarian. He's a great guy. I always loved the Katie Holmes stories and Nicole Kidman also, where they're always out on the boat and there's a boat over there that's capsized.
He'll go save them.
Tom will swim over and he'll go get the kids and he'll bring them back. And I mean, Katie was telling a story once where somebody there was a guy short of breath on in Central Park. They were walking through Central Park with Siri one day, and I think they had some of their other kids from Nicole Kidman, some of the adopted
kids,
right? And so there's a guy over there, he's shortness of breath, and he can't breathe, and Tom's over there giving him mouth-to-mouth, and, resuscitating the guy.
Yeah.
So
I know he helped some woman on the side of the road at one point.
I mean, he's a good egg.
Yeah, he is a good guy.
He really is a good guy.
I like him a lot.
No question. You can't help but like him.
Yeah.
I think he's, for whatever he is,
over the years, he's really grown in terms of his range, and he's really done a whole spectrum of different films.
We are going to look at that.
Which is what we're going to obviously be talking about.
He always got. I remember when I was in LA for a very short amount of time. I was going to go to school out there. And there was a group of people that I knew, and they were always telling me, well, this guy's gay, this guy's gay, this guy's gay, this guy's gay. And the first guy they mentioned to me that was gay was Tom Cruise.
Yeah, well, everybody's heard that.
You always hear those stories that's how he got the role in Top Gun, that he, and Burt Reynolds, the same thing. You go to bed with somebody a male person to get.
Oh, I didn't hear that about Burt Reynolds.
Burt
really?
Reynolds. Oh, yeah,
you think he did?
Way in the early days.
Think he did?
I can't really say. I mean, speculation and rumor are basically just that. It's up to they know. But then there was Cher. He lived with Cher for like a year. Tom Cruise.
I think I knew that.
He lived with Cher.
Yeah.
And so
was that before he married Amy Irving? It was Amy Irving. No. Mimi Rogers.
Yeah,
right?
he married Mimi Rogers.
That was Spielberg's first wife.
Correct.
That's
Amy
right.
was.
Yeah, Mimi Rogers.
No, he married Mimi Rogers.
Yes.
Then he went from her to Cher.
Okay.
And then after Cher, he probably went through
Bounced
another
around,
girl
and then eventually.
Then he married Nicole Kidman
after Days of Thunder.
He saw her. Well, no,
He saw her, I think, in Dead Calm.
He did.
And then he put her in Days of Thunder. It's a good film.
Billy Zane
Billy
film.
Zane, Sam Elliott, Sam Neill.
No, great
it's a good film.
I love that movie.
All right, so Risky Business.
Risky Business
is a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun.
Comedy. It's got some drama.
It's a kick. If you've never seen it, go back and check it out because
it's got a fun supporting cast.
It really does. Rebecca De Mornay is very sexy.
Bronson Pinchot's in there.
He is.
Curtis Armstrong from the Revenge of the Nerds films. I didn't know he was in that. He's in that.
Jesus, who would have known?
It's fun. He's got a big part,
you look on IMDb and there it is.
Yeah.
All right, our next film.
So now we're going to do.
We're going to move right into a next film. This is where his first time he worked with Martin Scorsese.
The only time. Color of Money.
Exactly. It was the sequel to
The Hustler.
The Hustler with
Correct.
Paul Newman. With Jackie
1986.
1986.
Really slick film.
It was a slick film. I didn't love this film.
I enjoyed it.
Did you?
I enjoyed this film when I saw it.
I didn't love it at all.
Yeah.
I just thought it was.
I mean, The Hustler's better, but I still thought it was a lot of fun.
It was
because of Scorsese's style. He does some really cool stuff. He covers that pool hall. See the pool hall scene?
I know.
He covers a game of pool better than anybody ever has.
But is a game of pool really that fascinating?
I love pool.
To me,
one of my goals is to be a pool hustler.
Well,
I love shooting
really?
pool.
That's what you want?
No, I just love it though. I really enjoy it.
I didn't love the film, I got to be honest with you. Yeah. I mean, I like seeing Tom with Paul Newman there, and maybe it was a handing of the torch down from the older to the younger guy. Yeah. But I didn't love The Color of Money. I just thought it was a 2-hour and 2-minute film. As I don't know when I always remembered film times. But
yeah.
It just
probably because
was a
you
little
have to pee and you're like, I gotta go.
No, that's not true. No, my prostate does have Spalding stamped on it now.
That's awesome.
Because it does get bloated, but then it does shrink after I do go.
Doesn't say Wilson?
Wilson? No, it doesn't say Wilson. It says Spalding, actually. Okay. Just like the checks that you give me. They all say Spalding on the back because they bounce, buddy.
Yeah.
But
at least they're not gray.
But
that means they'd be dead.
Oh, okay.
Get it? Spalding Gray, he's dead.
Yeah.
That was
poor
terrible.
guy. And now he died.
He drowned in the Hudson River, didn't he?
He jumped off the New York ferry.
Oh, that's right. The ferry. I knew it was the Hudson River, though.
And he was married to somebody famous too.
Jennifer Gray's his daughter.
Well, Jennifer Gray's his daughter, and of course, but he was married to somebody very, very famous, and
Julia Child. He was married to
Julia Child.
Just kidding. No.
He was good buddies with Jonathan Demme. He did a movie with Jonathan.
Yeah, I know.
And he was a brilliant guy, and he just decided he jumped up the back end of the New York ferry when it was coming.
And didn't he also come out late in life too?
I don't believe he did. Did he?
I thought he did.
I don't think so. No. If he had a daughter, I mean,
that doesn't mean anything. He could still come out late in life and say, by the way, I was gay for 30 years.
Oh well.
I thought it was him that came out that found out late in life.
It's hard to have kids though if you're a true gay person.
No, but they do it because society back in the day.
But then look at Caitlyn Jenner. He's got 3 kids.
Yeah, and then he came out late in life. That's my point.
Came out late in life.
It just doesn't mean you're in that life happily.
Yeah,
you know,
I suppose
you do it because society at the time says that's what you got to do.
Caitlyn says he still likes women though.
He's bi then, I guess.
He gets bi.
Oh no. So he still is attracted to women, but he wants to get into it as a lesbian relationship.
He wants to be a lesbian. Yeah. Well, there you go.
Whatever.
Well, you could probably do that one of these days.
I'm not going to. I think you're closer to doing that than me.
I don't think so.
I think so.
So we have The Color of Money. You like the film?
I like the film.
You like it a lot?
Yeah. No, I like it. I don't love it, but I like it. It's a very good film. Bless you.
Thank you.
Wow. Bless you.
I know. There's something affecting me, and I don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is.
I don't either.
Probably the dust that was on your
Could be
microphone.
the dust. There you go. It could be something in here. Let me see. No, it's not that.
Oh, I guess.
But Color of Money, I didn't love the film, but it is a
Okay.
Martin Scorsese film. And once again, in the metamorphosis, and let's face it, folks, I never metamorphosis I didn't like. In the metamorphosis of Tom Cruise's career, as we go through his incredible career, this is he goes from Risky Business, and there's a few films in between there, but The Color of Money, he's with Martin Scorsese all of a sudden. So word of mouth behind the scenes, behind the cinematic, rectangle that we of the audience members see, Tom Cruise is really rising up that plateau of being not just beloved by audiences, but beloved by the people behind the scenes.
Filmmakers,
by the
producers,
filmmakers, the directors, the producers. They love this guy.
And then within a very short period of time, he gets to the point of being such a big star that he's now producing, and he then chooses the director instead of the other way around.
That's always the way it is. I mean, it always goes like that.
Well, no, there's still some big directors that still do the casting, and they don't get picked.
Correct.
Martin Scorsese will never be chosen by a filmmaker for the most part, by an actor. I mean, an actor might say.
How can you say such a thing? Of course, they would choose Martin Scorsese.
No, my point is. He wouldn't be like a director for hire who gets picked by an actor. It's because they want to work together. Like DiCaprio was trying to get him to direct Wolf of Wall Street for quite some time.
Right.
That's a partnership.
Yeah, but they did Gangs of New York before that.
No, but I'm sorry, my point is by then they've already developed a rapport.
Him and Leo made
four or five
films.
No, but my point is that's a partnership. That's not an actor saying, let me look at this list of directors.
Well, no, but once you become chummy,
Martin Scorsese give him a chance. That's
once
not what
you become
it is.
chummy with the director.
Yeah.
But look at Leo. He stuck with Martin.
He did.
He's
smart. He knows.
No,
he knows
I
who
don't
to
know
use.
if that's smart. I don't know
Martin
if that's
is
smart.
My favorite. I love the guy.
He's great, I admit.
He's an icon.
But at the same time, no. If I was an actor, and I had the chance to work with Martin Scorsese, and okay, I can work with Martin Scorsese again, but no, there's Stanley Kubrick over there saying, hey, why don't you come work with me? Okay. Tom has gone through the best college experience of
filmmakers.
an actor working under various directors.
But he's also worked with a lot of the same directors multiple times, too.
Well, he has, this is true, but at the same, he did Spielberg twice. War of the Worlds, Minority Report.
Yes.
But
he's
worked
Ron now
Howard,
with Christian McQuarrie 3 times now in the past, let's say, 10 years.
Oh, there you go. But that's because of Mission Impossible and
Jack Reacher.
Yeah, but
they're
all the same guy anyway.
Yeah, but he has the authority to pick the filmmakers. But he chose to work with this guy again.
Very true. But I'm just saying, as opposed to a Leo who was just staying with one guy, and Johnny Depp.
But Leo also did other movies with other people during that period.
Yeah, but I like
he's not just working with.
No, I understand that. I understand that. But you're getting my point. Leo has made 5, 6 films now with Martin Scorsese, but Tom has. I'm more appreciative as Tom as a student of film. That he's gone from different directors, different filmmakers. He's really examined and he'd be a great director if he should choose to direct the film.
That would be kind of cool. Yeah,
it would be cool. I hope he does.
That'd be nice.
So let's move on to Cocktail.
But I meant to say this before. Taking Cocktail, Color of Money, and Risky Business into consideration, if you look at the arc of his character in those 3 films, he's a guy who goes from apprentice by the end of the film to master through a mentor relationship. Cocktail? All 3 of those movies. Risky Business.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't know what the hell he's doing. By the end, he's a gigolo. Color of Money. He's a novice at playing pool. By the end, he's the master.
True.
Cocktail. He's getting into being a bartender. By the end, he's arguably a master because of Brian Brown showing him the ropes of the business.
That was a love story.
Yeah, but it's also an evolution of a guy getting into a business where he had no prior experience.
He started at the very beginning as a master of the, and that was the great draw of that film at the time.
Well, no, he learned from Brian Brown in that club how to do that.
Right.
He didn't do that. He learned
but
that.
the first time we saw him, he's pretty much
I thought he was a law student that then became a bartender, wasn't he?
No. He was like a bartender right from the beginning. beginning, I remember him saying, "Oh, that she's giving me those F me eyes."
That
was near the beginning of the film.
But that's when he gets the job as a bartender. I think that was his first bartending
Yeah, but he
job.
was pretty good right from the start. I mean, we
Yeah,
never
but
see
arguably
Tom.
he's better by the time the film ends.
Not really.
I think he
no,
is.
no, no.
And he's also a seducer
You're
of
missing
women
the
that
point
he
of
learns
this
from
film.
Brian Brown.
You are so wrong, my friend.
Not really. I'm missing the point.
We have to stop you.
I'm not
Stop.
missing any points. I'm not missing any points.
This is not a film about his metamorphosis as a...
No, I'm not saying that's the main point of the film. I'm saying that's a theme that runs throughout as a character arc.
All right, shut up.
You shut up. No, I'm not.
You shut
no,
up.
you're trying to negate my point.
Shut up.
I'm making a valid goddamn point.
Oh, wait a minute.
I'm making a valid point,
now may
and
I
you're
respond?
shitting on my point.
Now may I
I'm just
respond?
saying, as a character arc, that it's a valid character arc. I'm not saying that's the whole storyline.
It is,
Mr. Know-It-All.
it is, in fact, a character arc. That's
what I'm
is.
saying.
It's not that he's better at being a cocktail juggler.
No, I think by the end of the film, he's evolved as a guy.
He's
a
evolved as a
master
guy.
of that, and he also learns how to manipulate
Did you
and
even see the
seduce
film?
women. No, I didn't see Cocktail. I don't know how it ends because I never saw the movie.
The movie is about this. He's an arrogant prick.
Of course he is.
That's how the film starts.
I know that.
So we have him go from arrogant prick to real guy. He now becomes, at the end of that film, he becomes Jerry Maguire, basically. He becomes a real down-to-earth, good guy. That's what happens. Well, Jerry kind of does
I never
the same
said that
thing.
wasn't part of it. I'm just saying that there are similarities between these three films.
The way you originally made it sound was that, he metamorphoses from, okay, at the beginning of Risky Business, he goes to the gigolo. In Color Money, he becomes the pool cue hustler. At the end of Cocktail, he's now the master cocktail shaker guy.
But he is. His skill as a bartender evolved.
He was at the beginning.
No, I think he got better as the film evolved.
You watched that film. It's
I've
about
seen
what
the
a
film.
prick
Seen
he
it
is.
several times.
He falls in love with Elizabeth Shue.
I know all that.
And the film is him like going to her, and I hate to get into this because it's a spoiler alert, but it's about how he becomes a good guy.
Yeah,
that's
I know
what
that.
it
Yeah,
is.
and I never said that wasn't part. I'm just saying that there were similarities to the other two films. And as usual, you like to miss my point and don't listen 100%.
No, I think the technical aspect of the other two films, not even Risky Business, that doesn't count. I mean, yeah, he goes from a young business entrepreneur to a young business guy, kid who just tries to run a business out of his house, and then he becomes this entrepreneur of a
brothel, basically. Yeah, but then at the end, you talk about how then he becomes a gigolo. They mention that in the closing scene of the film.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying.
He now
there's
has
a metamorphosis
evolved. You're
there.
correct.
That's what
but
all
in
I'm saying.
Cocktail, it's more of a normal thing. He's a really rotten kind of guy, just using women. Then he falls in love.
But I think that was
Elizabeth
part of
Shue is the girl.
But the whole element of him
film.
using women and everything, that was something that was learned from Brian Brown as his mentor.
No.
He wasn't like that in the beginning.
No.
He teaches him.
He learns it from Elizabeth Shue's dad. I can't remember who plays it, but he's the mentor in this film.
I don't even remember her father being in the movie that much.
No, her father's in the movie because he has to go to the father and talk to him, and he's like using her and like whatever, and then she like cries.
See, I remember him using an older woman that he meets at the resort, and then he feels guilty about it.
Yeah.
I don't remember her father being in this film that much.
The film is an arc of Tom being arrogant to being a good guy. That's what that movie is about. Has nothing to do. He does not metamorphosize as a cocktail. At the first scene we see Tom Cruise, he's throwing shit in the air, he's pouring shots, he's doing everything.
No, but that's not right away in the scene.
No, it is.
It's not.
You watch the film.
That's from the influence that he gets from Brian Brown.
But
I think together they developed
it
that.
Up immediately. I mean, in the first 15 minutes of the film, he's like a master bartender.
I don't think it's that quick.
He is. No, I'm not lying to you. You go back and watch the film. Okay, our next film is Rain Man.
Rain Man, 1988,
His first
Barry
Academy
Levinson.
Award nomination. He did get nominated for, I believe he was nominated up against Dustin.
Well, I know Dustin won the Oscar for that film.
He won Best Actor.
I don't remember if he was up for that Oscar.
I'm pretty sure
I think he might have been in this.
Best Supporting,
No.
possibly.
Dustin won Best Actor.
No, I'm talking about Tom.
Tom Cruise might be Supporting Actor.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think
he
was
didn't win, but he was up for Supporting because he did a great job, and people were so surprised.
I thought he was excellent.
You know, here, not Tom, but Dustin. For me, I mean that's a one-note performance. It's okay, Judge Wapner, okay, dropping 348 matchsticks on the ground. I mean, it was all just this monotone performance, but he played an idiot savant. He's on the surface, he doesn't look too bright, but deep down, he's this massive, amazing, Robin Williams type genius, if you will. And he just has this incredible.
He's probably got like a severe autism in this film.
He does indeed.
Yeah.
So, but it was wonderful, and that was the greatness.
I love that film.
This film really is of mice and men. You have your
Yeah,
Lenny.
basically is what it is,
You have
yeah.
your Lenny, and then you have your
George.
George.
Lenny and George.
Right,
yeah.
exactly. So George is
in
Tom
this film,
Cruise.
Tom Cruise goes from being a selfish prick to loving his brother. He goes
there
into
you
it,
go.
wants to use him to get the father's money in the will.
And look how young
And then,
Tom Cruise
and
looks
then
there.
he learns to love this guy. It's
I
a
know.
beautiful movie.
No, it really is.
It's a great film.
It is a great film, and once again, you're right. There's usually, that's one good thing about Tom. He does, many people when they make action films really defy this.
Yeah, you don't have an arc.
You don't have an arc in an
The
action
story
film.
is an arc, but the character
the
doesn't
story
always.
is, well, we have, we get closer to the bombs, the plutonium bombs. I'm so sick of these damn bombs.
I know.
It's the same old, as Hitchcock always said, the same old MacGuffin.
It always is.
What are we chasing after? That little piece of microfiche that's gonna, submerge the entire FBI, or are we after the bombs? And the bombs had to be. They've been doing the bombs since James Bond. You Only Live Twice. Actually, Dr. No, the first James Bond, we have a bomb that Dr. No is going to blow up
almost every
Western
action
hemisphere.
movie has something like that.
I know, I'm
We've
just
seen it
sick
1,000
of it.
times.
I wish they could have come up with something a little bit more, just a little bit more
Well,
relevant
the Mission
to
Impossible
today,
films
possibly.
have kind of covered a lot of different topics
Maybe,
already.
would have been good. It's a little too late but it is in the news right now. Just the whole Russian, maybe we could have had something where
but the last Mission
somebody was going to come in and just completely destroy the media of the world or something like that.
Well, they did that in one of the Tomorrow Never Dies, the James Bond film. Jonathan Pryce's character was like a media mogul.
Yeah.
And then within, I think it was.
Yeah, but that was 10 years ago. That was 15 years ago.
Yeah, 97.
So, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
There you go.
But I think
nowadays,
they had the Russian element, and when
we didn't have
two
Twitter,
Mission Impossible
we didn't have Facebook. Well, nowadays it's a whole new avenue of a pathway to destroy a race of people, or the entire race.
Ghost Protocol, 2 Mission Impossibles ago, basically number 4, had a Russian element where they were the Russians, weren't they trying to do something with the U.S. currency?
Yeah,
I think that was going on in one of these meals. But I mean, could they come up with something else? I'm sure they can. Maybe the next one.
Okay.
But anyway, Rain Man is a great film.
It is a great movie.
Great performance. It's a road movie.
Directed
it's a relationship.
by Barry Levinson.
Yes.
Great film. It really is. It's just a wonderful piece of work.
It's a classic.
And Dustin is hilarious through the film.
Yeah, it's a funny movie,
Yeah,
too.
it's like you and me. There's the straight guy who doesn't have any humor whatsoever.
That's so not
then
true,
there's
though.
me.
You pigeonhole me as the guy with no humor when it's not true. And you're not always funny, by the way. You think you're funny. Thousands of people don't always think you're funny.
They don't think you're funny,
You're funny
dude.
to you.
Yeah, you're funny to you.
You're funny looking.
Yeah, I'm funny looking as
So
well.
should we move on to the next?
We can move on to the
All
next.
right, so the next
one is Born on the 4th of July.
A big step forward for him. Born on the 4th of July.
Absolutely.
Another nomination, 1989.
Absolutely
Oliver
true.
Stone, this time he's
Oliver
working
Stone,
with.
he's really making the jump from. He's doing that lily pad jump.
Another
from
big,
great director to great
big
director.
movie.
Oliver Stone. Everybody has to work with Mr. Insanity himself. He's a nutcase.
His second in his Vietnam trilogy.
Correct.
They're followed by
Platoon.
And after
Born
this,
on the 4th, and then there was
after this was
the Chinese,
Heaven and Earth.
Heaven and Earth.
Yeah,
which
I
was
haven't
about
seen actually.
I saw it. I didn't
kind
care
of want
for
to see that one.
It was about the Chinese folk who,
Yeah.
the Vietnamese people who come to this country.
Exactly.
And
Heaven and Earth,
become nail people and things like that or whatever.
Yeah, I got to see that one.
But anyway.
This is a
Born on
great
the 4th.
film.
It is
Again,
a great,
little long.
Great performance. I love the
Excellent
opening
performance.
Vietnam scenes.
Oh, those are cool.
We see Tom get shot right in a specific horrible place in his spinal
And it goes
cord.
through
So
spine,
he now becomes a paraplegic and played by Ron Goodwin. What's his name? The man that he's playing.
He's playing Ron Kovic.
Ron Kovic.
He's a real
There you
person.
go.
This is a true story.
No, this is a true story.
Who became an activist against the war.
And he's in the film at the
He's in the
very
film,
end.
yeah.
I believe we see him.
Yeah, he's in
We've
there.
seen Ron Kovic. But no, this was a great performance. There's Tom as Ron
he is.
right there with
Look
the
at a
beard.
mess in that movie.
I know. He probably looks closer to the Tom of today. Just facial structure right there.
I guess.
I was very. I watched Minority Report last night, which we're going to get.
We're coming up to that soon.
If we have time to get to it,
yeah,
we may not
hopefully.
have time now.
We can jump to it.
But regardless, Born on the 4th, great performance by Tom. That's all we really need to say about that film.
It's great.
It's magnificent.
The scenes, to me, the scenes that really got me were the ones when he's suffering in the Bronx Hospital for Veterans.
Yeah.
And it's an abject slum, basically.
Pretty
the
much.
conditions they're in, the disgusting graphic nature of just the bodily functions that are occurring when you can't really help yourself at all.
Absolutely.
So
no. It was
so
graphic.
True.
It was true, but
it was so
it's a necessity.
Disturbing to look at.
Absolutely.
You need to see that.
And you need to see it because we skim over all veterans.
Yeah.
They all have a story. Everybody has an agony. Everybody has a situation that is unlivable. We have more veteran suicides than any other group of people. Policemen, believe it or not. You know who's the #1 biggest suicide group in the country? Dentists.
Really?
Yeah, dentists.
Never heard that.
Dentists are. And apparently it's the routine element of doing something to somebody's mouth, and then they come back in a year later and they have to replace the same. It's just that constant repetition.
It's a merry-go-round.
You're dealing in a very confined little area, and just
I never would have guessed.
I know, it's very bizarre.
I thought you were going to say like young white males or something.
Maybe Iranian cab drivers. They might want to.
might
I will blow myself up to smithereens. But no, that's not the case.
No.
So we loved Born on the 4th. Great
film.
performance by Tom. We're going to hit a few of these. We're going to do.
Interview with the Vampire, I think, is very worthy to jump to.
Well, I think we could go to A Few Good Men only because it has that. You don't know what.
Interesting side thing. So, ironically enough, I've never seen A Few Good Men.
Really?
I've owned the movie on VHS for years.
You've never seen it?
No. So I went to go watch it. Within the past couple of days. It is not available anywhere to watch on the internet to rent.
Really?
Only if you want to buy the download.
You're kidding.
And I didn't want to do that.
No, I don't
So I
blame
didn't
you.
get a chance to watch it.
Demi Moore is in the film.
I've seen enough. I know the story. I know it's
Jack
Aaron
Nicholson,
Sorkin, Rob Reiner. I've seen the big scene.
I want the truth.
You can't handle
the
I've
truth.
seen that scene 100 times.
This is basically,
Courtroom drama.
Richard Nixon, being
don't
above
give
the
away
law.
the ending. Don't give away the ending.
No. It's about Jack Nicholson being above the law.
Yeah, exactly.
And doing what he feels has to be done to uphold the law in his mind.
Exactly,
Which is not the law on the ground. There's
on the
Tom.
base, yeah.
You can't
He's
handle
one
the
of the lawyers.
truth.
This is a big break for Kevin Pollak, this movie, too. He's in this film.
Yeah. No, I like Kevin Pollak.
He's
He's
great.
at the roast of Bruce
I'm
Willis.
sure he
as a
would
matter
be,
of fact.
yeah.
He did his Christopher
Well, because he worked
Walken.
with him twice.
Well, he did Christopher Walken for
Yeah,
about.
he's got a good
I'm going to say he
Walken.
did Christopher Walken for about, probably about 5 minutes.
Yeah, I'm
It
sure.
went on way too long.
Yeah, he's good.
But A Few Good Men, great little film.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
gonna
think
watch
it's-
it this week.
I don't think it's one of the best. I think Tom is more of a supporting character in this film, even though he is on
This
screen.
movie is all about Nicholson, really.
It's really a Nicholson film,
Yeah.
and it's a great little piece of work. Next, let's go to Interview with the
Vampire,
Vampire.
1994.
This,
Probably the biggest risk up to that point that he has taken so far.
and I
would
think it
argue.
was a
thought
mistake.
Really? I thought it was a great film.
I love the book. I
never
loved
read
it.
the book.
Anne Rice,
Yeah, never read
spectacular
it.
book. I love
But
the book.
I love the film.
Well,
Not having read the book, I love the
Lestat
film.
really was this is a century-old vampire.
Yes.
He has great wisdom. He has great strength. He has great. He has this incredible charisma and power.
Yeah.
And Tom Cruise, Anne Rice even said that when this was coming to fruition, that Tom was going to play this role, she was like, "Oh, for God's
Against it,
sakes,
but then I
what
heard she
are
came
they
around.
doing?" She came around after she saw
Saw
the
it.
film.
Yeah.
Then she said, "Well, he was good. He was good.
Maybe
but
not the perfect choice, but he was
great?
still good."
No, he
Yeah.
wasn't. He never should have played.
Well, let me
it.
ask you this. If you hadn't read the book, would you feel much differently about this film and that performance? Do you think?
No.
Really?
No, I wouldn't.
Even
no,
though?
not at all.
Really?
I don't think so. But I don't
feel
know
like
if I
it's-
can.
this-
That's almost that's an impossible question. It's like saying, what do you think your life is? If you hadn't been born. Well, I don't know. I was born. It's like
I don't know.
asking somebody, well, okay, you've grown up as an only child. How was that? Well, I don't know any other way. I
Because
don't know
I've
anything
read
different.
some books and I've seen the films, and I've seen things where I thought that the film was actually better. I enjoyed it, or
absolutely
or
not.
there were elements of the movie that I felt captured the book perfectly.
I'll tell you this about Interview with the Vampire and the brilliance that is Anne Rice. This is a book. We have a young person who comes in to interview this vampire.
Exactly,
So
yeah.
the entire
Christian Slater.
film is correct. The whole film is told from the first person by the
it's a
vampire
story.
Lestat.
Yeah.
Lestat is this brilliant guy. I mean, she transforms herself, Anne Rice, into this character. It's a full character onslaught of a 400-page novel.
Yeah.
It's great stuff. It's great reading. It's wonderful. I mean, you're right there while he's, he's deflowering virgins.
I actually would probably like to read that.
You would love that
I'd like
book.
to read
it's
that. Yeah.
so
and I haven't seen the movie in quite
good.
some time, so I can probably get into it now.
Because you don't
and
remember every little
only
vivid
things.
thing.
Yeah.
Now, Kristen Dunst is in this
Kristen
film.
Dunst,
She's
we
only
got Brad
about
Pitt,
9 years
Antonio
old.
Banderas.
Right.
This is directed by Neil Jordan, an Irish filmmaker who did The Crying Game.
I think it's funny. A good friend of mine, my friend Ida, she just watched The Crying Game last night. She loved that film.
I've never seen The Crying Game, actually.
Oh, well, you should
You know why?
watch
Because
it.
the movie was ruined for me when it came out.
You should watch the film because it's a great performance. There's a transgender
I know all about
guy
it.
in the film. And,
the actor was Jay Davies.
Davidson.
Davidson.
Correct.
Who was old. The only thing I saw him in was Stargate. He was in that.
Yeah, right.
Jay Davidson.
But I'll tell you, it's funny. We were just talking about that last night, that film. But Interview with a Vampire, it's a little bit close to my heart because I love the book.
Yeah.
And the next one, just called The Vampire Lestat, is even better.
Wow.
That book is phenomenal.
Cool.
Phenomenal. If you're into the vampire world at all, and just to hear these first-person stories of running for your life and wanting to die at the same time. There's a suicidal thing. You just don't want to live anymore. You're so old.
It's a very interesting concept for a story.
It's like me.
I'm
so old. What's the point? I've done it all.
I know.
Ladies and gentlemen, no, I haven't.
So anyway, I like the film. I love the performance.
What are you talking about?
Interview.
Oh, Interview.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I think we should move on real quick.
I do too.
So
we got to get going.
Jerry Maguire. Obviously, we have this guy back here. That's Jerry Maguire.
There he is.
It's a fun movie. I actually think it's a great film. I love that performance of his.
You at Hello. Yeah. There you go.
I think that.
And what's her name is also fantastic.
Renee Zellweger is excellent. Cameron Crowe wrote and directed the film.
Exactly.
Originally, he wrote this film for Tom Hanks.
Did he?
Tom Hanks ran into him at some point and said, "I want you to write me a movie." And so
I think Tom probably would have been better.
I think, obviously, I think Tom, whatever happened, this was the better choice.
No, I think Tom Hanks would have been a better choice.
Really?
I do.
Know. I think.
Young Tom Hanks, right out of Big and all that. I mean,
but this wasn't right out of Big.
Well, this was
Big
more...
was '88. This was 8 years later. This was post Forrest Gump, '96.
Okay. Okay, so Tom is a little older, but he's still in young Tom Hanks.
He's still younger, Tom. He was early 40s.
Well,
arguably.
anyway, that's just an alternate thought, an alternate universe.
Would have been interesting.
It would have been interesting to see
But
Tom Hanks
I love
in
this film. It's fun. I think
do
Cuba is a little too much in this film, but
the little kid
it fits
is good.
the role.
Yeah, no,
the
I
kid,
agree.
Jonathan Lipnicki, I think he was good.
Got to point out, Cuba won his supporting actor Oscar
He
for
did,
this.
but I think it should have gone to Edward Norton for Primal Fear.
I totally agree.
That was an amazing performance.
Totally
First film, too.
Yeah.
First feature film.
Edward Norton was at the Bruce Willis, and he was spectacular.
Nice. I love
they did
Edward.
a film together. They did. What film did they do together?
What the hell did they do together?
Oh, they did a Biggie together.
Bruce
too.
Willis.
Yeah.
And Edward Norton. They did. They worked together in Wes Anderson's Moonrise Kingdom.
That's correct.
Moonrise Kingdom.
That is correct. Yeah, that's a
fun little
strange film.
Yeah,
I love that
it's
film.
Fun.
I love that film.
It's a very Wes Anderson movie.
But they wanted the whole cast. And again, I'm getting off subject here. Wes wanted the whole cast to live in this little trailer area.
I know.
So they were all like a little road.
That's cool, like a
They were like a little commune kind of thing.
Yeah.
But no, Bruce goes off and gets this big giant trailer because he's Bruce Willis.
Of course he is.
And he didn't want to sit in a little shed with all these little actors and so forth. But Ed did. He played Wes's game.
He did. Anyway, but Jerry Maguire, I think, is a great movie. I really enjoyed that film.
And it's a real family film. It's a good family epic of love and love coming once again.
But it's not really a film to watch with the family. There's a lot of stuff that a kid should watch.
Well, that's true. Very much so.
But the story is centered on family.
Guy gets girl, guy loses girl, guy gets girl again.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a classic love story.
It is.
But with the backdrop of the sports world, sports agent, it's a fun film.
Moving into the Kubrick dimension now.
Arguably one of my favorite movies of all time.
I do love this film myself.
Eyes Wide Shut, Stanley Kubrick's final film.
I know.
1999.
I understand.
They were filming this movie for over a year in England, him and Nicole Kidman.
Constant. We're doing takes that were off the Richter scale.
100 takes to go through a door.
100 takes to walk through a door. Just ridiculous.
I love this movie. I adore this film.
Kubrick has a certain organic... there's something about Kubrick films, though, and I got to mention this right off the top of my head, and that is, like in The Shining. There's no element of suspense in The Shining because you feel there's just an over-attention to it. You don't ever feel any kind of ability. The book is magnificent of The Shining. Fantastic. Well, another really great, beautifully written story, a ghost story, a hellish tale of a guy going completely insane, driven by ghosts in this hotel that he and his wife live in. And I'll tell you, it's just it just hurts me in a sense.
But
that,
I know the King doesn't even like that film. But I love that
he
film.
hated it. In fact, they did a TV movie that he
liked better.
That he liked better.
With what's his name from Wings was the stars.
I'll tell you something.
Stephen, what's his
Eyes
name?
Wide Shut. I think this is a pinnacle cruise film.
I agree.
I love this film.
Yeah.
I love this whole sequence.
Me too.
There's
my friends and they joke about this on a weekly basis. I love that scene.
I love
you have
it
that. You have not that one, but you have the mask in your office.
I do.
In your bathroom.
Correct.
Which could be your office with the big nose.
Well, not like your office where you're sitting there for 42 minutes taking a dump.
Which is a number that you came up with out of thin air, by the way.
No, your wife told me that.
I never was in there for 42 minutes.
Well, no, your wife told me that at your party. At your party that day when she brought out the cake that was shaped like a toilet roll.
Yeah, it was a joke.
Yeah, I know. But she said to me that he's in the bathroom. I made a joke because Chris is in the bathroom for like 45 minutes every day.
Because I'm reading in there, but it's not 45 minutes. She's exaggerating.
Well, whatever.
No, the whole joke. The reason she did that cake
sakes.
is because my friends make fun of me too. I am obsessed with proper digestion and proper evacuation of things that don't need to be in your body.
I think this is something that people do not need to know too much. TMI.
You brought it up, my friend.
I brought it up because you mentioned, how did you come up with that 42-minute thing?
Well, because you made it up.
Well, no, I didn't make it up. Your wife told me that's what I said.
She never said 42 minutes.
She said
he's in there
45. I may have changed it to 42, but it was 45 minutes.
It's irrelevant. It's a joke.
So you're
She's
in the bathroom for a long time.
My stepson's in there longer than I am. He's in there for 2 hours.
Well, whatever.
But the point is that we leave that conversation for another show. Duty Banter.
Yeah, Duty Banter.
Eyes Wide Shut's a great film.
It is a great film.
It's a film about
very
obsession.
Bizarre.
It's great. I love it.
It's really a film about the cult. It's
There's
really
a
a film
cult
about
element,
the underlying surface of what people appear to be and then what people actually are.
The real you.
You know, it's like the guy next door who you've known for years and years turns out to be a serial killer.
Yeah.
He's got, 5 kids in his basement. That's what this film is about to me.
It's the same.
It's the visual versus the reality.
It's like what's that expression? House devil, street saint.
There you go.
Every time you hear about a killer, the neighbors say the same thing. He was such a nice guy.
You never would have thought.
Yeah.
Never could have believed.
Never would have thought
that this guy was a nutsoid.
Jeffrey Dahmer never would have thought.
Well,
maybe him.
Jeffrey was kind of
Charles
obvious,
Manson, maybe
though.
him.
Jeffrey only had 4 heads in his refrigerator, in his freezer.
So we're basically out of time.
Well, not really. We got about another 5 minutes. Actually,
5 minutes. All right, 5 minutes.
So let's go to it. We're just going to run down.
Well,
here.
we were going to say Magnolia 1999 was a great performance.
Eyes Wide Shut. I loved it, of course, and visually, it's a stunner.
It's a beautiful film.
But Magnolia, this is a great performance. He's a TV
He's a motivational speaker, basically.
But he's a TV evangelical speaker kind of thing.
But not in a religious way.
Well,
to teach men how to be alpha males, really.
True.
Yeah.
But there is that spiritual essence of it. Jason Robard is a guy who, and
It
we
was
do
his
have
dying
the frogs,
father. Yeah.
the frogs falling from the sky.
Yeah.
As
this film is kind of a parable in a way. There's some fantastical elements, like you said.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, it's not my favorite film.
It's not a great film,
it's
but
a
Tom
great performance.
was nominated.
He was Best Supporting.
He was nominated Best Supporting, and he should have won.
He would have been a great win.
He would have been a great win.
It's a mediocre film, but with a great standout performance by
Minority
him.
Report.
Yeah, 2002.
I loved it. I watched it last night.
It's a classic.
2 hours and 30 minutes.
Yeah, and you almost weren't going to put it on the list. I had to torture you to put it on.
Well, no, I wanted the film on the list.
It's a great film.
But we removed.
I said get War of the Worlds out of here.
Yeah, right.
Because this is a better.
I just wanted to represent Spielberg is all I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you something. This film, the work that went into making this movie is mind blowing.
It's a great
film. This is a great futuristic film.
And a lot of this stuff is coming true.
Absolutely.
Walking in the stores and they know who you are and what you like to buy.
Well, of course,
the surveillance element.
It's all about the pre-world,
pre-crime,
precisely devised.
That's happening too in a lot of circles.
No, not really.
Yeah, it is in certain ways. It's happening. They're keeping.
You can't do that. There's no way to predict that someone is going to do a crime.
No, but not in the way that they're doing it with the psychics, but now with the way they're cataloging people's behavior with social media, with NSA surveillance.
Okay.
They're doing that to try to see
that's because
who's going to be a threat.
True. Well, we're seeing
terrorism
patterns on Facebook and people that are showing specific things.
Preventing crimes in a way.
Precisely. I mean, they've showed a lot of kids that showing dad's guns. Oh, hey, we better get to that guy before he starts shooting up a school in Wascatana.
Well, that and then they do with the different kind of things that they're doing with the FBI, CIA, NSA. They send out all these different pieces of these lists or things, databases of information to small business owners around the country to say this person, if he pays cash, that's a red flag.
Talk faster.
You know, that kind of stuff.
Okay, so we're going to move on to The Last
Minority
Samurai.
Report's great. The Last Samurai.
Another great film.
I love that film.
I love that film too.
Directed by Edward Zwick. Who did the Big Chill, one of my all-time favorite films.
I absolutely agree. But Last Samurai, once again, Tom had to learn the entire
everything. And Ken Watanabe basically steals this film.
He does.
He's great.
He's awesome in it.
And an amazing score in this film.
It's a brutal film. It's violent.
I believe it's Hans Zimmer.
Could be.
Forgive me if I'm wrong, but it's a wonderful score.
Valkyrie. I love The Last Samurai.
A forgettable film.
Look at that. Look at Tom.
I know. I love that. He looks great.
It's great.
The armor is very reminiscent of Bram Stoker's
He's changing
Dracula.
now. After Eyes Wide Shut, I think he changed a little.
Yeah.
Okay. What
More
else we
serious.
got?
Well,
We got
Valkyrie. I don't love that film.
Nobody loves that film.
Here's my problem. Bryan Singer directed the film.
I know.
It's well done. But the choice that him and Tom Cruise made to not have him do a German accent
I agree.
and do an American accent,
It's stupid.
Ruined the movie for me. I couldn't get into
ruin
it.
No, I appreciated it. I appreciated it. But and it's a true story. It's about Germans who wanted to overthrow.
Why couldn't you have done the German accent?
Wanted to overthrow Hitler. So it was kind of cool in a sense.
But it's a cool plot.
It is.
Good supporting cast.
Absolutely. Oblivion. We go into sci-fi Tom once again.
That was good.
Love
I like that
Oblivion.
film.
Let's see that poster of Oblivion, ladies and gentlemen.
Directed by Joseph Kosinski, who did the second Tron film.
He did the second Tron film, which was not a great film by any means.
But I liked it though.
Did you?
I liked it.
You're talking about the new
Tron
one.
Legacy. I like that film.
The new one with Olivia Wilde.
Yeah, 2010.
Yeah.
I like that film.
I actually liked it
was it
myself.
20? No, it was
There's
2011.
Valkyrie right there. Okay, we got to show Oblivion now. You're moving too slow. Whoever there. There's Oblivion.
We're moving a mile a minute here.
We're going, but they're too slow there.
As my middle school science teacher would say, we're moving at college level here.
I know. Come on, man. They're smoking their underwear.
This is a cool film.
They're smoking their underwear.
It's basically apocalypse in America, the aftermath. They go down to survey the planet.
Who plays the woman in this film that kind of betrays him?
Andrea Riseborough.
Oh, I like her.
Who's been in a ton of. She has huge eyes.
I know she does.
Yeah.
Then we got Edge of Tomorrow. Him and Emily Blunt.
Awesome film.
That's just kind of Groundhog's Day for science fiction.
It's a science film.
Great movie.
Yeah, it's a great. Edge of Tomorrow is great.
Let's move on to American Made. This is where Tom is now a drug mule.
Yeah.
He's flying drugs.
He's flying stuff.
all
there it
around
is. I love
country.
That. Yeah.
I don't love this film
I like
by
that
any
film a
means.
lot. A lot of
went
fun.
on way too long, way too much.
Another double feature of directors. He worked with Doug Liman on this film and Edge of Tomorrow.
Okay. Oh, did he?
Yeah, both. He directed both those films.
Two completely different films.
Completely different. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. There's Edge of Tomorrow.
There you go.
Emily Blunt, which they might
be
making a sequel. Maybe. I
wish
heard there might be one.
I wish they would.
I love that film though. Edge of Tomorrow is great. It's one of my favorite Tom movies.
And we're pretty much up to date.
That's our show.
That's our show.
8:45 on the minute.
8:45, but it's actually almost 8:50. Their clock is wrong.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it?
So, all right, friends, we thank you. We've been.
8:47.
It's always a joy.
Yeah.
It's always a joy for you folks
We'll
to
see you
watch
guys
us.
next week.
And we will be here again next week.
We will be here.
God willing,
Yes.
and the powers that be,
Terrific.
powers that be terrific. Ha ha. Ladies and gentlemen,
on that note,
I think we have a new
slogan.
slogan.
We have a new slogan
everybody. For Be Terrific. That's right. The powers that be terrific. Hey,
and they do a great job in the studio. Thank you, guys.
Michael, I want some net gains on that one.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He should
all right,
give us how they use that. Yeah.
All right, folks. Take care.
Take care, guys. Bye bye.
Be good.
Road. Yeah, we're going now. Yeah, Mr.